Go ahead and give us a recap of where you left off.
I left off with taking over a library, reorganizing it, sending Davos on a adventure with the army for the local lord that is protecting this um, library, and I want to say
Castle.
castle. There we go. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
want to say village or
Nope.
town by
You're good.
accident. Wrong term.
Yeah, Lord
Term.
Sorrow is the Lord presiding over Castle Sorrow, which is a new construction that he more or less built.
Mm,
However, like you mentioned, I think the townspeople and all that are fleeing,
mm,
and you've basically established yourself as the Master of Scrolls, and um, more or less gained quite a bit of reputation based on the fact that you've like uncluttered everyone's mess
yep.
logistically in the scrolls and in the writings. This is purely like for the people who are wanting to maintain their wealth, uh, essentially w- through the region. So like they're basically guaranteed not to think, or the next people that they go to is basically has some backing as to their wealth. They're not gonna assume they're all
Yep.
thieves. So what you did is you found records that like maybe a scout party like executed, like live executed the lord of that party, right? Not an actual lord, but like a knight or like a knighted squire or a soon to be knight, right?
Hmm.
These people have the ability to just like execute on sight, depending, because this is like medieval times, right? So they just do it sometimes. So but they will still mark it. They won't always mark it, but some usually do report it still. So this is like a report of an execution they did, and then the reasonings for the execution, and then they
Uh,
logged it. But the thing is that it's already been done, right? So like they could be punished for wrongly executing somebody, but you don't know the results of that because the Lord doesn't have time to filter through these things at the moment.
gotcha.
Right. So I was trying to tell you is he basically he won't see it he uh and he wouldn't have seen it prior. But he won't see it now because he's too busy. He doesn't have time to be going over what happened in the past. What you were doing is you were essentially finding out that like the villager from here who had literally just been recorded buying like 12 things of onions out in the west was
Mm,
reported of doing a crime out in the east, and because of that like impossibility, right, you just kind of like get them a get out of jail free card.
okay.
So it's less like aha um he didn't murder that person. It's more like that they literally couldn't be in the same place.
They have a alibi.
Right. But yeah, so as boring as all of this was, yeah, this has essentially been your life for the last couple months. Or
Yeah,
month and what?
month and like 9 days.
Fair enough,
Yes,
so your
month
last
and
month.
9 days. So
Do you have any idea of what you want to do this session?
I want to learn a little bit more of the place, why people are leaving, and what the laws are,
Okay,
and if Davis is good, if he's dead.
Davos is out and about. You don't know. You heard no word from him.
Do I feel him pulling on my essence every
Yeah.
now and then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I know he's alive.
But yeah, so you awaken in your fancy bed chamber. Um, you've hence found a room in the cat like the main castle or the main keep, and you can go over to your to do your day to days. But you figure today is a break day. You're
Yep.
just kind of down for it. So what do you do?
I get dressed for the day.
All right, you look at your shabby Rifter's clothes that you still wear in disappointment.
I probably should try to get a new set of clothes. Is there like a clothes cupboard in this room?
There is, but it is empty as you have not placed anything in there yet.
Bummer. All right. Do I have any monies?
Um, yeah, your character looks on over to the chest nearby his bed, where you see like 100 or so gold pieces.
Mm,
Yeah, it's the boon you got from all the merchants for getting them out with all the riches.
I'm gonna just go find a tailor. I grab a gold coin.
All right, you head to yesterday's tailor's location. You were kind of like eyeing his wares, and you see that he's already made a quick escape. He's gone. And you arrive at the area. You look around sadly, because you were like, you really were interested in his things. You look around and you're sad to see that most of the people have like already left. There is a few what I'm gonna call brokers. So like you go up to them and they're like looking you down and go, "You ain't got nothing for us, kid."
I take the one gold coin out and flip it.
Oh, maybe he does got something for us. Yeah,
Yep.
coin.
Uh, I'm the one that's been straightening up the library.
Oh yeah, you're the Master of Scrolls, eh?
Yep. I
Never
need to
heard of
kind
you.
of make myself look a little better for the job. So you got anything for this?
They all kind of like laugh amongst each other. Yeah, you look plenty fine, kid. He goes, "What? You want something here?" He kind of like fiddles through his little book bag, like his. It's like a more like a sack that's on his back, right? He like flips it over. He opens it up. You think you see like like a critter crawl out of it, like a little tiny insect, and he like pulls out what looks like a rusted iron like bracelet thing. It looks awful.
I'm more so looking for another set of clothes.
Wow, what's wrong with the clothes you got on you?
Well, I'd like to wash them and, have another set while these are drying.
Kid wants another pair, another whole other outfit. They all kind of like start laughing amongst each other again. All right, Craig, I got something for you. The one in the back says as he uh, lifts up this huge, rotting bear cowl. How's that? Look, the head's still intact. Works as a helmet. He like
I'm not
kind
a
of shows it on him.
I'm not a tailor. Do you happen to know any that are still in town?
He seems confused. You don't have to be a tailor for the bear shawl. The other guy goes, he clearly doesn't want it.
Hmm.
Kid, with that
Sorry.
kind of money you're flashing around, why don't you just, I don't know, go up to somebody and buy the clothes off their back? They all start laughing again.
I run with a joke and I look for the guy that's like closest to my height and build. Just like stand next to him, lean against whatever he's like leaning against. Like, hey,
Amongst them, or are you going somewhere
yeah,
else?
yeah, I'm doing it on purpose as a little joke, just a nod to them. Like, all right, I'll leave you be, but I'm
Huh.
trying to be funny.
He looks at you suspiciously. Got a problem, kid?
Nah, 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 nah. Hey, how much would you pay for your clothes? Just out of curiosity.
He looks at his clothes. He goes, "Hey, these are mine."
Well, how much are they worth? I start, scratching my chin, looking off in the distance, like trying to think up a price.
He goes, I guess they'd be at least worth a gold.
Hmm.
I mean, I'd have to have a little compensation for having to go find a new pair.
Okay. Okay. That sounds fair. I take a look at the guys that were joking with me. Like, is he seriously doing this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're all confused.
I do it.
Do what?
I, I I'm like, all right. Here's a gold coin.
He takes the gold coin. He goes, "You keeping that outfit of yours? I'd be happy
No, no, no.
to trade out."
Ah. How good is his outfit compared to mine? Just as good.
No, yours is like a rifter's like ensemble outfitter, like a outsider traveling thing. I think, right?
It's a wild, tattered Shadowlands outfit.
Wild tattered Shadowlands outfit. Yeah, yeah. So his is like it's more like a like a traveling merchant's outfit. So it's like a little. You could describe it as regaler, but it's not regal. It's no. I mean, it's a Shadowlands variant of a traveling merchant's outfit. So you would write traveler's merchant outfit, right, and then in parentheses Shadowlands, because that's like the more description of how it looks than it is the actual like statage display. But yeah, you guys trade out.
I was about to ask him, what would you then trade for this? Because for me, I'm.
He says it's the trade out price, kid. It's a trade out price. This is just a convenience charge. Yeah, you guys trade.
Yeah, but I make sure he takes his clothes off first, and I have his clothes first before I pass it on.
Okay. It's a little weird that you're just watching him change, but he was gonna do it anyway.
Okay. Hey, it's the Shadowlands. I don't trust anyone.
Yeah. So that's why you make them more suspicious, so that they're more likely to kill you.
Fuck. I'm in danger.
But yeah, you guys trade out. It's show, and he's not. These are like more funny people than they are dangerous people. So
yeah. All right. Does it fit well?
Yeah. I mean, you like tighten some areas here and there, and kind of like get it more seamly. He kept it pretty good. You probably want to wash it.
All right.
You have the river nearby. It wouldn't be that hard.
No, I don't trust the river. I lose things in the river.
Are we still on that? God. All right. So yeah. So what
Yeah. I give him his coin and tell him thank you, sir.
Yeah. He traded you already.
And I go to wash my clothes.
Okay. So you go over to the river, find a little secluded spot, wash.
Yep.
You finish that after a couple hours.
Yeah. Dry my clothes, put them on, carry on with the day. See if there's like a bulletin board for like the laws or something like that.
For the laws. John, stop.
I want to know the laws. So
I like that you're like you want to do this, and I get that, right? But like I already told you,
start making fake laws that the Lord has approved of.
God.
And get scolded that way and put in jail.
Fake lawmaker, hang him.
Dude. According to this fake law, you are not supposed to hang him.
Fucking hang him.
Even if they're found fake, he's not supposed to hang them.
No mercy. But yeah, as far as the laws go, so what you understand is the Terras, right? They all had like their own system. It was like a mega system, right? They all had their own mega system that kind of ran well because there was no expansion. But as soon as the Terras like came down, they had a major shortage in all vital things, like all councils, because we would spread across the land. So so because of that, there was all the like nobility are basically in charge. They're just straight up in charge. They're the ones who decide the laws. But because even they are sparse, it basically becomes like the eldermen's issues. So like the village leaders' issues, and then it keeps going down like that, right? Mm-hmm. So they may decide that like a shaman runs the local area's laws. Like it's a person, is what I'm trying to say to you.
It's a person that makes the laws.
Yeah. No. It's a person that interprets whatever the fuck. It's whatever he wants. It has nothing to do with you. So in the instance of like this situation where you're at right now, right? It's assumed that it's the Lord. Because he's right here, right? He's the guy.
Yeah.
But the problem is he's way too busy. Yeah.
And I didn't find any documents that really said.
No, there's no such thing as like a law or a lawyer. That's like, it's not invented yet. It's not real. maybe there would have been, like I said, like a law, like an official law in the Terras, but ever since then, it's not there, right?
Mm.
The Terras landed. Maybe those cities, the Terra cities, have laws, but nowhere else would.
Oh, side note, before I forget, I would like to roll luck for Davos' survival.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and roll it. Make sure you
D12.
log it. Don't forget it.
Yep.
Yeah.
D12.
And this is a friendly reminder to anyone watching that luck rolls can never work
Yeah.
against you. So even if you rolled like a 1 or something, it would be a 1 in Davos's favor, not a 1 against. And John happened to roll a 12.
Yeah.
Which is the max of the roll. So, if I kill him now, I'm basically just a prick. Like.
Yep. All F4.
Oh shit. 40 minutes. All right.
Part of me was also planning on going to that cave again and start concussive blasting the entrances.
The cave is pretty far off. I have the official map, kind of being made already. So I have a rough estimate. The cave is it's like a month away from you. So this is not a casual journey. You'd be crossing an entire other region.
Unless I portal.
Oh, actually, it's longer than a month. Sorry. It's like damn near 2 months. You said unless you portal.
Yeah, but then it's like, hey, someone's doing magic.
I mean, that's up to you. If you want to portal there, you can portal there. That is your thing, so. Yeah, obviously, if you travel on foot, this takes forever. And it's also very hyper dangerous. It's pretty much. I mean, I thought the whole idea of not having Davos made it to where you don't want to be alone out in the wilderness anyway. Which means if you portal to the cave, you're alone in the wilderness anyway.
Yeah, and that's why I want to actually hold off on that. I wasn't sure if Davos was going to be back for this game session or not.
No. Davos is considered part of the military right now, so he's being shifted around with the troops, and he'll eventually have leave, and then he gets to come back, but that's not yet.
1. So 30,
okay.
14.
No, he should be back. He's not going to be back, but he should be back, which means that he's late. You would know that he's red alert. His whole division is red alert. They're held up somewhere or something. That's the reason why they can't come back.
Do I happen to know what the Lord is being preoccupied with?
The day-to-day runnings of his construction, the troubles in the nearby villages, all kinds of nonsense. Daemon, fending. He's a warrior, so he's fending off Daemon attacks and shit.
So he's going out and fighting.
Yeah, he's a fighter. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's preoccupied. You don't even know where he's at half the time, right? If he's someone on the front lines, you just don't know. He's not here, right? But he's around. He shows up, so he's not deep in the trenches, or he's not super far out.
So I can assume people are leaving because they're feeling like he's not adequate at protecting.
You don't think anyone would be adequate at protecting? He's dealing with invasions from demons and shit all across his territory. You're surprised? People are all of these refugees are coming from raids essentially, right? So, and they're funneling southward, and then they're trying to leave south, into the Sky Mountain area, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they're abandoning the Shadowlands as a whole. He's holding the Shadowlands final frontier, if you will.
Have I explored all of the castle, or is it still being partially built here and there?
Yeah, it's still being partially built here and there. I mean, you've explored a lot of it, we can assume, just because you're nitpicky.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. It makes you feel more comfortable when you know where everything is at. So
multiple portal choices or places.
You are in the dead of winter, or the winter is basically already long since started, right? So there's a shit ton of snow. The Shadowlands becomes very cold. you would see like all the people kind of working together to like shovel all the snow out of the village streets and stuff. So it's still very walkable, but you yourself, you're pretty fucking cold right now, despite changing the Rifter's clothes. You need like an extra layer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think this is where I would start delving into changing my essence type.
Oh yeah, your solution is to change essence types.
Yeah.
Instead of wearing a blanket, I choose to change my whole being. If I recall correctly, this is kind of dangerous because Davos is connected to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just gonna shut him off, aren't you? Isn't that what that does? I could have sworn that's what that does. I think there was like some kind of thing where you can do eventually, but you don't do that yet.
Yeah, I think if I switch now, he switches.
Yeah.
So it's not a good choice for that.
Because he has to learn how to control it.
Yeah, because it's a different essence type, and I would also have to be learning how to control it too.
Yeah, you want to strip him from control, or like at least let him be aware of it. Fuck. I mean, he's gonna be fucking in the middle of combat, just like fire up.
Or ice, and then like freeze his legs by accident, snap him off.
I'm just thinking about the devastation he wreaks on the battlefield. I'm not even talking about self-injury.
Oh my god!
Everyone hold a shield wall. They all like slam their shields together, and then this one soldier in the middle of them just blows up in light.
Yeah, let's not do that. I set myself up for success and buy another layer of clothes.
Where? How? You have money.
Trading with people.
Oh, you're gonna go try to take some clothes off someone's back again?
Not necessarily. I would
try
to trade for something that's not on their back, so they don't fucking freeze to death.
What are we doing, John? What are we saying here?
I'm saying I'm taking a gold coin and I am offering for trade.
Right.
Gold coin.
To who?
No one's here. Like they're just all ditching.
There's a lot of people that are fleeing this area, and you've freed up a lot of the traffic, so they're leaving in like huge scores. I've never felt someone's disappointment about their own success so heavy as in this moment. Yeah. You're telling me not all the merchants are stuck here trying to ferry their goods, or trying to get permission to ferry their goods across the border?
All right.
You remember that classic RPG story, or like in D&D, where like everyone's like in this choke and they're all trying to cross to the next section, but they just can't for some reason? You just fixed that issue.
Let the floodgates begin.
They're all just gone.
All right. Fuck. See if there's is there any merchants here still?
Oh my god, how many times are we gonna ask this question?
No. Fucking no.
I mean, I feel like we've asked this like 3 times.
Whew, sneezes.
And you know I don't like that question anyway. You're keeping it way too vague. I don't like the vague stuff.
I look for a merchant with a...
I hate you. Go kill yourself.
I was trying to reduce the vagueness here.
That was already vague!
I was working on it. I said with a, and then you cut me off.
Because you were going to say like with a hat or some bullshit like that.
No, with a wagon full of goods.
Oh my god, I'm reporting you. Please log into League of Legends so I can report you.
Nah. Shit. What's in my dad's basement?
Right. So, there's at least... I'm gonna kind of minimize it just because I don't want it to get ridiculous, but it's gonna be at least 2 wine barrels, and then like 5 beer barrels, right? Seems kind of fair, and then like a barrel of dried, or a barrel of no shell. Hold on, 3 shelves of cheese seems fair, and then like 3 more shelves of random jars of nonsense.
That's the way I want you to write it too. Jars of nonsense.
I will make sure to ask for that SS.
It's like...
You can write parentheses like pickled goods, right? Like something like that, right?
Ah, pickled.
You know what I mean? Like it's just nonsense. Like a jar of honey, a jar of pickled olives or something. I don't care. Do you get what I'm saying though? It's like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Still gonna go for that SS.
Yeah, it's just kind of supplies like that, John, that are in that basement. You presumably would have like thrown it all out. I don't just to make room. I don't. Maybe you kept it. I don't know.
Kept it. That's bargaining shit.
I mean, not that you bargain ever, but yeah.
I mean, it would be good for Davos to bargain with.
No, he likes bargaining with your crystals. He doesn't do other. He's not like a merchant. He's just
like, here, crystal, give me this thing I need.
Your crystals are just kind of like the answer all. So it's pretty easy to sell those.
I love how you told me I was supposed to meet Spirit. And no.
You are supposed to meet Spirit, but I'm not there. So
Gotcha.
also kind of sorta you don't have to anymore. I don't even remember why I said you had to meet Spirit, but you I think we don't need to anymore.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I remember why. No, I just remembered. It's not important though.
Damn.
I mean, it is important, but it's not important.
Which means I dodged the sneaky snake.
Yeah, you kind of. I mean, you could say that. I'm okay with it. I'll allow it.
Wow.
Do you want to die?
No.
All right.
So I still got a punishment in the comic, so I got that choice, you know. I can just kind of throw it in there.
Please take my wine barrels instead.
That's funny. Yeah, I'll accept your wine barrels. So you no longer have a punishment in the waiting.
Fuck you! I got my beer.
That's fucking funny.
All right, 5 barrels of beer.
Please take my wine barrels. You can have it back. That shit was so funny. You just lose the punishment. It's fine.
So that's how you get out of punishment, guys. All right.
That's fucking funny.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Take my wine barrel.
Man, I got nothing. I'm like trying my hardest. I literally just can't fucking create anything right now. Dude.
Hey, it's perfectly fine. Just take a look at my name. You'll be fine.
Just do what?
Just look at my name. Everything will be fine.
Take my wine, the name. Wait, does it continue? Take my wine barrels.
Oh, shit.
That's my name for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
Have I sensed a magical presence here?
Oh, like another Saren? No.
Either another Siren or like a possible well of power that's like underneath my feet or flying in the air.
Not that you can tell.
Alright.
Anything like that. I mean, not that you're like trying to sense it out particularly, but you generally would know if it was like an actual like thing, you know, to that degree. Right?
I'd be informed.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, within reason. If there was like, for example, if there was like a statue and the statue had like a really strong source in it, you might not tell right away if the statue is like Nalconic, so like it could be like sheathing it. So you might need to like actually like stand up, like go to the statue and like feel on its shield where like its power is like inlaid slightly. And then like you could like sense the source in the statue when you touch that. That's a little different, right?
That statue where I thought he was smiting me. Obviously, it doesn't have any power.
I mean, that's not. I mean, I get that you crossed the parallel there, but that's not what I was. It's not related.
Except for.
I'm just giving you an example of like how essence can sometimes be like like cloaked in a thing. So like, you know, aside from that kind of situation, that you can generally, I mean, if it's just like an open well of power just in the air, I would tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, there is an elemental, and it is about to land on you. You're in combat, real time. It's landing.
Arcane barrier.
I see that we've chosen death today. I'm kidding. It's combat, real time. Dude, I need to not. I think that one's too much. I think that one was one line too far. I won't do that.
Yeah.
No more. No more of that.
No more.
No more of that.
Oh no.
That line's a little too dangerous. That line might actually get people hyphy.
You enter combat.
You are currently real time. I feel like I should save that exclusively for real combat.
For player versus player?
Yeah. No, like real combat. Like real, like you're gonna die combat. Not that you would die, but I probably shouldn't be saying it for just shits and giggles.
Well, it's whatever to get you and your gears running.
It's not happening, John. I've been sitting here for over 30 minutes, and I literally just I can run the world and only the world. I can't create or generate anything. Basically, I'm only running off of what we've already generated. It's why when you brought up the crystal thing, I was suddenly able to think about all the related articles. We about done?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's like anything else I want my character to attempt to do.
Yeah, so long as it already exists in the world, it's pretty easy. Because, like I said, I'm falling short on the creativity side. Like, I tried my hardest to create for you an encounter, and I came up with 3 Stooges. That's literally as far as my creative brain went.
I could escalate the problem.
Escalate my 3 Stooges problem?
No, the problem of, everyone leaving. I could, like...
Make it worse?
Yeah, by
like
portaling
kill
them out.
Oh! You can portal them out. That would require you to leave. You're not allowed to leave, John, remember? Can't leave the Shadowlands, it's locked.
Not even into the Imperial Highlands?
You can go back to your basement. You technically locked yourself out of the Imperial Highlands because you failed so hard up there. In quotes.
So I can't go visit Mom.
Right. Well, I mean, you could, but it might kill you.